Why, hello there, KCAT Nation. I know it's been a while since I've done a talking video. Well, I mean, granted, the last few videos were indeed talking videos, but you guys get what I mean by that. Anyways, safe to say I've been a bit busy. And yes, I'm a bit tired, but also, since I'm in a city, and there's lots of sirens going on, you can only imagine how hard it is for me to find some time to record a video without being partially interrupted or just being distracted by sirens or at times some airplanes going by entering into a nearby airport, as it really is a bit distracting from time to time. And I'll be always open and honest. Yes, I do have a bit of ADHD, so I get distracted a bit easily. And plus, short attention span, which doesn't really help, especially with my generation's greatest burden, the internet. And then, all the stuff that follows that. But anyways, a few things I want to mention. One, on August 16th, I'm heading to college. And I will be in it. However, college itself won't start for me until really the 19th. But yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. And to be honest, I'll figure out a thing for videos when I'm there. I'll figure stuff out, and whether or not if I could continue making free videos a week or not, but we'll see. Who knows? But I will promise to post throughout college, because personally I love posting on my channel, even if no one watches it. I don't care. This is me kind of doing a bit of a mental journal, and I love that about myself. So no matter what I do, I'm always dedicated to at least keeping up a pretty good sense of dedication to at least a bit of a craft of mine. Anyways, besides that, I will say that, tomorrow, on August 3rd, I will be seeing the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie. To be honest, it will be a fun movie, and from what I'm hearing from what people have been saying about on the internet, and from what I've heard from some friends, that, yeah, effectively it is a fun movie, and to be honest, I can't wait to see it. Anyways, other besides that, I will have to say that I am working a bit on a bit of a Saber project in the meantime. Granted, it's not going to be, from scratch or anything. It's from just a few minor modifications to a Saber I got recently, and then when that's all done and fixed, that should basically be it. Anyways, for those that don't know, I will keep this a bit in the dark, because I actually do want to keep this a bit of a surprise for y'all. As most likely, and I do mean this, I will most likely bring this Saber held with me up in college with me, because to be honest, I don't care if it's got a risk of being stolen or anything. To me, having that Saber will at least be a part of not sure if you guys heard that, but there was a bit of a siren in the background. And no, that wasn't edited in. That was from the city, and that kind of freaked me out when I heard it all of a sudden go off and then died. That freaked me out a bit. But I know I don't do it verbally, but if I had a face cam, you guys would have probably just seen me just look around a bit panicked. Anyway, sorry about that. I will say that I know y'all don't really like too much my kind of Saber style videos and whatnot, which I get, because Saber stuff is not for everyone. But then again, not everyone. But I do have my own hobbies, and plus one of my favorite things to do is kind of, edit and kind of kind of create more accurate lightsaber props, because, to be honest, it kind of is something that I kind of like. And plus, I'm doing a bit of a newer thing for my Graflex lightsabers. As for those that don't know, I do indeed have vintage Fulmer Graflex. Although at least the bottom part I know is a vintage Fulmer part, but I do know that the top part is Graflex ink, I believe, due to the eye it has. And since then I got another replica saber, this time like within a bit more of the details of the vintage, I'm placing the vintage away into a safe box along with a signed script from George Lucas on the original Star Wars screenplay, and also with a pretty accurate Luke V2 lightsaber that's installed, which, to be honest, I'm placing in that same box just because, to me, those are special. And for those that don't know, yeah, my new replica Graflex is going to be the one that I'm going to be working on to make the most accurate possible to A New Hope as I possibly can, because for those that don't know, Star Wars A New Hope actually was one of the first films that I remember purely off by memory, which is a bit strange for those that know me. I mean, because bit of a thing about me is that I physically cannot imagine anything in my mind. Meaning, like, if I was told to picture an apple, I couldn't do that. I mean, I would know what an apple looks like, but I wouldn't be able to see it at all, wouldn't be able to describe it, but I would know what it is. And also, I can't hear myself think in my head, meaning like I don't have an internal monologue or anything, which makes it extremely hard for me to think, because that means most of my thinking's done out loud. You can imagine how that goes down. Wasn't fun. However, I will say, for the most part, but by having A New Hope being one of the first Star Wars films I ever watching it actually was the film that got me hooked onto the series, like it did for so many people. But to me, the lightsabers always represent one thing that I always feel a bit of a connection into the films, because to me, the lightsabers, although weapons of the Jedi and the weapons of the Sith, to me, always represented both a mixture of kind of a prowess from our world, such as sword fighting, into the science fiction and fantasy world by, well, creating a blade made out of light that could maim and char your enemies' wounds and cauterize them within seconds. And I always found that interesting. So, yeah, I'm deciding to, well, create the most accurate replica of the original Graflex that they would have used for A New Hope, because, to be honest, out of all the sabers used in A New Hope, although I do like Darth Vader's V1 hilt, and I do like his V2 hilt as well. For those that don't know about that, you guys can look it up on the 101 Guys Lightsaber Guidebook, and then scroll down to Darth Vader's page. Effectively, that guidebook will help any newcomers to this, but anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. There are some details on the original Graflex used in A New Hope that I'm not willing to replace any parts of my vintage portion, or to, change it any further than it already is. So I'm leaving that as remained and just, changing up my replica Graflex. Not this one because I am keeping the USB one installed, as I got another replica Graflex that is supposed to mimic the New Hope thing. Only a few things I need to modify, such as the glass eye, and I already modified RAF stamp bar on that, and the last thing after I will install the full motor glass eye would be a tiny little rivet had to go above one of the clamp screws, just to kind of pay more homage to the actual prop itself, and then to kind of seal the deal with being a bit of a prop master for me, because to me, paying homage to movies by collecting the props, to me, is my ultimate form of respect to a movie. Regardless if people find it strange that I like collecting stuff, it's just the way that I am. It's like I prefer collecting movie props and doing that. As to be honest, to me, it's a bit fascinating, and plus brings me something more to do with my life than just sitting on my computer watching videos and making videos and spilling my mind for the whole entire internet to hear. But it also brings quite a bit more joy to me, because I both love and hate talking to the internet. The hate part is, well, it definitely is going to be like whatever I say will definitely come back to haunt me at some point. Granted, not in a bad way, but it's like if I'm ever in a bad mood or anything, and I'm making a video, that could definitely lead to some issues. Like, I'm seriously saying, like, it definitely will be leading to some issues, and that won't be good. But the good news is, it won't be too bad for me at least, because at least I can always come back and claim, like, and say, look, I wasn't a clean mind at that time, because I was a bit mad, and how people are when they're mad, they don't think about what they're saying. Anyways, besides that, I just wanted to say, I just wanted to make a bit of a longer video for y'all, since I kept feeling bad that I kept making shorter videos. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.